أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرورنا من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا ورسوله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We'll continue our series of Ramadan reminders with the 13th talk today. And we have been studying the manners of or the etiquette of recitation of the Quran. So we'll continue with it. And the topic for today is the Zahire Adab Tilawa, outward etiquettes of recitation. So there are certain prerequisites and certain conditions that should be fulfilled before one starts the recitation of the Quran. And we'll look at some of the important ones. First is the condition and posture. According to Imam Al-Ghazali, the first thing to consider is that the person who intends to read the Quran should be in a state of wudu. If he needs to take a bath, he should take a bath. I will not go into the juristic differences of whether women during certain periods can touch the Quran or can recite the Quran. This is for the fuqaha. We are just talking about in general that a person should be in a state of wudu. He should be in a posture of adab and sukoon, respect, as if he is in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and sukoon. He should be very calm and quiet. He should be mustaqbil al-qibla. He should be facing the qibla. His head should be bowed and not in an arrogant posture. He should not be sitting as if he's arrogant or he thinks that he's somebody. He's in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His sitting should be as if he's sitting in front of a teacher. So with complete respect, complete awareness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching him and he's reciting from the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The best posture for reciting the Quran is to recite it in a prayer, whether it's a fard prayer or nawafil. But again, Quran can be recited in any state. And again, recitation of the Quran at the masjid is فَلِذَلِكَ مِنْ أَفْضَلِ الْأَعْمَالِ. The best of deeds is to recite the Quran, the word of Quran, in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A person can read the Quran, can recite the Quran without wudu. He can also recite the Quran while lying down, but the reward will be less than the reward of recitation of the Quran while in a state of wudu, while praying, and in masjid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, الَّذِينَ يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ قِيَامًا وَقُعُودًا وَعَلَى جُنُوبِهِمْ. The people who make zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and many scholars mention that this is related to the recitation of the Quran. Qiyamah, standing, wa qu'udan, while sitting, wa ala junubihim, even lying down. Wa yatafakkaruna fi khalqi samawati wal ard. And they pondered through the verses of the Quran in the creation of the heavens and the earth. So Imam Al-Ghazali mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised everyone who is reciting the Quran, whether standing, sitting, or lying. But if you look at the order, the sequence, the first part is qiyam, so the higher degree is qiyam, then comes sitting, and then comes lying. Now, how much should one be reciting from the Quran in one sitting or in a day? The Prophet ﷺ has mentioned that if a person completes the whole recitation of the Quran in less than 3 days, then he has not really understood it. In another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ ordered Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhuma to complete one recitation of the Quran every 7 days. And majority of Sahaba, or actually a large number of Sahaba, used to do this, that they will complete one recitation of the Quran in one Friday, from Friday to Friday. And according to Imam Ghazali, there are 4 levels of Khatmul Quran, completing the Quran, in terms of how much one should be reciting. So first is to complete one recitation in a day and night, and people don't like it. It is disliked. One shouldn't rush through the recitation of the Quran. Second is to finish the Quran in 1 month by reciting one juz every day. And between them, there are two other daraja. And they are completing one recitation of the Quran in a week. And the second daraja is to complete two recitations of the Quran in 1 week, which means reciting the Quran or completing the recitation of the Quran in 3.5 days. Now, we know from the action of the Sahaba that they actually divided the Quran into 7 hizb or manazil, 7 stations. And you will see that manzil written in the Quran as well. That they will recite a certain portion of the Quran starting from Surah Al-Fatiha to the end of the first manzil in 1 day. And then in this way, they will finish the Quran, the entire Quran, in 7 days. And it is mentioned that Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu will start the recitation of the Quran from the night of the Jummah, which means the Thursday basically, from Al-Baqarah to Al-Ma'idah. Obviously, Surah Al-Fatiha is the introduction to the Quran. And then on Saturday, the night of Saturday, he will recite from Surah Al-An'am to Surah Hud. Then the night of the Sunday, from Surah Yusuf to Maryam, and then from Taha to Tasim, Mim, Musa, Fir'aun, and then Surah Al-Qabut to Surah Sad, and then from Surah Tanzil to Surah Rahman, and then he will finish afterwards. So basically, you can finish one Quran in 7 days. And this is the practice of our Sahaba, and this is how they divided the Quran into different manazil. Now, how should one recite the Quran? Warattilil Qur'ana tartila. The word tartil means in a slow, rhythmic pattern while observing the rules of tajweed. Muhammad Asad mentioned that one should recite the Quran calmly and distinctly with thy mind. Sorry, it's a translation. Recite the Quran calmly and distinctly with thy mind attuned to its meaning. And he mentioned that the term tartila primarily denotes the putting of something together distinctly in a well-arranged manner and without any haste. And he bases his understanding on Johari, Badawi, and Lisanul Arab, Al-Qamus, which give the meaning of the word tartil. He says, when applied to the recitation of a text, it signifies a calm, measured utterance with thoughtful consideration of the meaning to be brought out. So according to Muhammad Asad, the word tartil does not simply apply to the rhythmic or slow recitation of the Quran. It also includes what he's mentioning, consideration of the meaning to be brought out. Abdullah Yusuf Ali translates and recite the Quran in slow, measured, rhythmic tones. And then he explains that the words of the Quran must not be read hastily, merely to get through so much reading. They must be studied and their deep meaning pondered over. They are themselves so beautiful that they must be lovingly pronounced in rhythmic tones. We'll end this talk with an piece of advice from Malik bin Dinar. He said, remedy 3 things with 3: arrogance with humility, greed with contentment, and envy with sincere advice. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولذكر الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.